Hello, so this is Stuart from the Retford Cycle Campaign. Today we're going to talk about the active travel funding for Randall Way. Just to be clear, there's been no planning released. This is just information that's come from the website and we have no other information other than that. So I took a ride down Randall Way the other day. It was gorgeous, absolutely beautiful weather. We've got some lovely greenery down here. So we've got these lovely variety of trees, sycamores, and I think there's a fern there. And we've got this nice bit of grass, and it all adds to the good look and feel of the environment. And obviously, scientifically, that's been shown to help people in terms of improving their mood. And obviously, there will be protected, probably not obviously, I assume there's protected wildlife around there, insects and those trees. So we would object to any culling or any damage to that, really. However, obviously the professionals know what they're doing. There'll be a consultation, so people will have their say. So on this route, there's no provision for any cycling at all, and there are major employers in the area that I'm sure support bike to work schemes. And from our surveys, people say that employers are very supportive of cycling, which is a shame that the infrastructure is not there, and we need the infrastructure. Now, as far as I'm aware, the only information we have is from the websites. We have lobbied for more money, we have lobbied for more routes, but this is something that's funded through the Active Travel Fund that's specifically designed for improving cycling and walking infrastructure. Now, the other side to this, of course, is signage and behavioural psychology. So if the resources, so basically street furniture and signage to ask drivers to slow down, and it'll be interesting to see what else can be done for other parts of the town in terms of improvements as well. I'm not sure how ring-fenced this money is, but it probably is ring-fenced and limited as to what can be done with it. Hello, so today we're on Randall Way at the junction of Randall Parkway, the main business estates around here, and this is the Holcroft Road end. So this is if you turn right down here, that goes towards Lillesbeacon. So if this was to be a cycle route, it's very good. There are very good existing wide paths that could be converted to the latest design standards, so they're safe for pedestrians, people on bikes, and obviously keep cyclists segregated from the motor traffic as well. So hopefully this route will be considered for the purposes. So the pros of this route are it's at the side of town where there are going to be two new housing developments under the Bassett Law plan, but also new business estates and expansion there for employees or employers that will recruit and employ workers and employees that will need facilities to cycling infrastructure and walking infrastructure to take people who wish to choose that mode of transport, which is green, sustainable, healthy for them, to work. And it is a route to school for those children, families and workers that will live on the new potential estates that are going to be built. So this is the north end of Randall Way, where the proposed improvements to cycle routes maybe for the schools and the new business estates that are going to be developed, could potentially be developed upon the old Trinity Farm estate. And there's a lot of greenery down here that would need protecting, trees and grass verges. And we've had people raise concerns with us where we've mentioned this potential route, that is maintained. And of course, as a charity, we are also our travel purposes are towards protecting the environment as well. So we would object any alterations really to that could affect the greenery in terms of the trees, and obviously any protected insects and wildlife that might inhabit that area. So the route wasn't chosen by a Retford Cycle Campaign, it was chosen by the elected representatives and the officers of Nottinghamshire County Council. So there will be a consultation with all these things that will come out, so everybody will be able to have their say. Could the money have been spent elsewhere? Well, it could have done. We shared our plans, and it may be that it could be spent elsewhere, but as far as we're aware, it's ring-fenced and can't be spent on anything else. And it would be a shame to lose this just because nobody agrees with this one particular route that I don't believe it can be changed, but I might be wrong. So this is an opportunity to expand the existing cycle network for the good of everybody. And yes, it would be great if we'd had a say on what specific areas the money could have been spent on, but we haven't, and that's just the way it is. So there are other opportunities. There will be other opportunities. Look at the Bassett Law Plan. Get your say in that. We will be responding to that to look at all the routes offered for the proposed planning and the estates that can be built, but also the connectivity. Look at the Chesterfield Canal and the improvements that could be made there. So I think you have to step back and look at it strategically as well as tactically. And this small tactical improvement, which could be actually very big and advantageous for people of all their life stages, could be incredibly valuable for the town. And I think, yes, could the money be spent elsewhere? Well, maybe it can be, but as long as we're constructive about it, we just don't know because no plans have been released, and all we know is what we've been told and what the rules are with regards to the published rules with regards to active travel planning funds. So I think that there is so much good in whatever can be done, and I think if it's not supported and it doesn't get delivered, then that's if that is the majority of the consensus, then that's just the way it is. But for walking improvements and cycling improvements and for people of all abilities, it's such a great opportunity. And I don't think it should be squandered if you look at the big picture and look at it strategically as well with regards to the new developments that could potentially be coming. So these are just my views, and I'm sure you will have yours, so please share them. I'm not sure when the consultation is being released, but as soon as we know, we'll let you know, and if you know before us, let us know. I'm sure there'll be some great conversation on the pros and cons and different perspectives on all of this. So thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate your time, and goodbye for now.